Hey, what's up guys, just Push here and welcome back to another Digimon video. So the past couple of weeks we have started up like a locals at one of my local stores, Svelemir, super cool. It's been very fun playing Digimon in like a tournament setting, even though it's still quite small every week. And I managed to win locals this week with a deck that I haven't played in a while just because I was really sick of it, which is Blackwargreymon, or I guess Gaiomon. This is basically a deck I played like the entire BT8 format. I really enjoyed playing it, but you know, after playing it so long, I just didn't really feel it anymore. But then I picked it up for this week, just a deck with some cool new cards, cool decks. And you know, I had seen the deck has been performing really well actually at regional level events as well. It always managed to, you know, grab at least one top cut spot, which is very, very nice. Sometimes even more, and I really think the deck's very good. It's very versatile. You can build it like different ways, and it just has really good matchups across the board, I think. So I really want to try it out since I'm going to be attending the London regional at the start of October, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, this deck is it's really good in my opinion, and yeah, let's just hop into the deck profile. Alright, time to check out the deck list. As always, we're going to be starting with the Digitama. We're actually playing 5. The first one being 4 of this Coromon. This is the one that's when attacking, if the Digimon is Greymon or Omnimon in its name, you can draw 1 card. And then the 5th one is this Coromon, which is the one that gives Agumon or Greymon in the name plus 1000 DP. Honestly, you could make like an argument for playing 4 of this and 1 of those as well. I just think that this is a little bit nice, like for the consistency, to, you know, to dig for the cards that are good in specific matchups, because that's what this deck is. Like, it's really versatile. It can deal with a lot of things, but you know, you need to see the right cards, and you will be drawing and cycling a lot. And this Coromon just really helps with that. This one is nice as well though, because if you're building like the regular stack, or like the optimal stack I should say, with the Agumon that gives plus 2000 DP, Gaiomon will be with this Coromon 16,000, which is enough to beat pretty much everything. But it's mostly relevant for beating over Defxmon, since Alphamon Uryukin you will be de-digivolving with Gaiomon usually anyway, so in that case it's not that important. But you know, being 16k to beat over Defx, either on the field or in security, is pretty nice. And then there's also Mother D Reaper, of course. However, if this was the only way to do that, I would probably be playing 4 of this, but it's not the only way, which, as I will be showing you later in the deck. But yeah, this ratio is nice. However, you can also, like I said, play 4 of this and 1 of the Draw Coromon. However, you definitely need to play 5 in my opinion, because the deck is very grindy. And there will be definitely enough games where you will be using the 5th egg as well to warrant playing 5. And Digitama, so that is for the Digitama. Moving on to the main deck, of course, starting with the level 3s. We're just playing Agumon. And we're playing 10 searching Agumon, basically. So first we have this one. Let's review the top 3. And add 1 Greymon and 1 Omnimon. Then this one adds a Greymon and a Dragonkin. The Dragonkin we're playing are, of course, Gaiomon and Blackwargreymon, as you'll be seeing. And then this one adds Greymon or Omnimon and the X antibody option. However, we are not playing the option in this deck because it's simply not relevant at all, because the only Digimon you will be you would usually want to attack with the X antibody option while digivolving is Gaiomon, which has Blitz anyway. So yeah, I think this ratio is pretty good. You know, a lot of cycle, really easy to dig for the cards you want to see in specific matchups, or just, you know, to search for lines, which is very nice. I really like that this is possible to evolve over this Agumon, because it doesn't have to evolve over a red Agumon or anything, it just has to evolve over Agumon, which means that occasionally you can actually evolve one of your Greymon that just evolves over a red Digimon with the by just evolving over this first and then evolving over on top of that. That's definitely very cool. And then the last Agumon we're playing, I already mentioned, is this Agumon, the Pro one, which just gives plus 2000 DP to Digimon with Greymon in the name. So we're playing 14 rookies in total, which I think is definitely a nice number. This deck is built with the idea that We're not playing with the mulligan rule, and I definitely think 14 rookies is is the correct number for that. Like the minimum 12 is just not enough. But yeah, I definitely think this lineup is pretty much perfect. Wouldn't really change anything about this. It's just it's good. Then moving on to the level 4s, we are playing just Greymon. The first one I'm showing you guys is the Greymon X. This definitely is such a huge boost for the deck. It not only helps you cycle faster because you know you can evolve for free over a Greymon and then just draw a card, but mostly the protection effect from being bounced or being deleted is just so good. It literally comes up all the time. Basically the only cards that can get rid of your huge stacks are DP reduction cards or Chaos Degradation, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah, this card is just insane. It's one of the cards that makes this deck viable in my opinion. Then we're also playing the full set of the Virus-Greymon, which makes your guys blocker if there's a red Digimon in play. Yeah, just crazy card. The cool thing is, like, if you have this and then you evolve on top of it, this will now be a blocker, which is it definitely comes up in like more rushy matchups, like for example against Commandramon, which is starting to get a little bit more popular, but also against like a D-Reaper swing with little guys and stuff like that. Even though like that doesn't happen per se, but it does come up. But yeah, just having like an enormous stack that basically can't be deleted, and that's also a blocker, and you know, if it's Blackwargreymon, it just restands when the Digimon is deleted, so it's a double blocker. Absolutely insane. Like, decks definitely have lots of trouble dealing with that. So yeah, those are definitely the two most important ones. And then I'm playing double of the Security Deck +1 Greymon. This is just nice. Like, the deck is very grindy, but of course you don't want to drag on to the game too long, and the Security Deck +1 is just, it's good. Gaiomon will be swinging for 3 checks if this is in the stack, which is kind of crazy. You can even like have a Gaiomon that swings for 4 checks if you build up the right stack, which is, yeah, very strong, obviously. But I don't think it's that important, like that you would want to play more of this. I want to play have like a little bit more versatility. So I'm playing one of this Greymon, which is the one that if you evolve on a stack that has Agumon in it, you can gain 1 memory. So basically you evolve for 1, and then on your turn, if the Digimon's Omnimon or Greymon in its name, it gains plus 2000 DP. So once again, this is one of those cards that helps you run over the bigger Digimon on the field. This is the entire level 4 lineup, so we're playing 11. I usually try to run 12, and like if I play 12 I would play 2 of this as well. However, there are just some other cards I want to play. I definitely think 11 it's enough, because you know I'm playing all these searching Agumons, so you should definitely be able to get to your Greymons. You could also consider playing like 2 of this and 1 of this if you value, you know, the bigger Digimon more. But yeah, I definitely think this was alright. Then for level 5s, this is just the best one we're playing, which is the Virus Metal Greymon. So we're maxing out on this. Of course, you know, D-Digivolve 1 and then delete the Digimon of 3000 DP. Very nice. It usually gets rid of stuff. It pops memory blockers, which is very nice. But Inheritable is honestly what makes this card great, you know, being able to attack unsuspended Digimon. If you have like a huge stack, your opponent is basically forced to build up and raising, because anything they play on the field, it just gets deleted by battle, especially if you have Blackwargreymon, which can essentially swing twice. This card also helps you just automatically beat D-Reaper. D-Reaper is like the buy. It's so hard to actually lose to the deck, so you know, having a relevant, good meta deck that is basically an auto-win matchup is very nice. If you're playing this deck, yeah, this card is just insane. Then I'm playing double of the Metal Greymon X, one of those other DP boosting cards, and also it always gives you Security Deck +1, and then if you evolve over Metal Greymon, it gains 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn as well. So this is one of those cards that really helps you swing over huge things like the Death Xmon, like Uryuken, like the Mother D-Reaper. So this card is definitely very nice. And then I'm playing double Ultras mode. I'm really seeing like a lot of lists not playing this at all, but I just think it's so strong, right? If you don't manage to build up a stack with just Greymon X, you always want the the prevention from you know, deletion or bouncing, and this it basically does the same thing. And it also, if you have a Tamer play, it can delete Digimon with 5000 TP or less, which is also nice. Like that definitely does come up as well if you're trying to like clear the board and stuff. Yeah, I just think this lineup is pretty much perfect. I wouldn't really change anything about it. Then for the level 6s, we're playing a 3-3 split of triple Blackwargreymon and triple Gaiomon. This is one of those things that makes this deck really versatile, because both of these cards do really different things, both which are really good in my opinion. You know, this card is good against like Tamer decks and clearing, you know, boards that try to go wide, and then this just deals with big stacks, like for example, Alphamon Uryuken is really good in the mirror match, of course. You know, D-Digivolve and Blitz and Reboot and Security Attack +1, like basically every keyword's on this card, and you have access to both these relatively easily with all the searches you're playing. Yeah, definitely very, very good stuff. And then potentially you can first go into Blackwargreymon and then evolve over it for 2 with the Gaiomon, which is also cool. That does come up as well. And then the last Digimon we're playing is just one Blitz Omnimon. I did test the Omnimon X antibody, but it never really came up for me. And because your level 6 are just so good, right? Like this one, it finishes the game, which makes it worth playing. But if you're not finishing the game, you really usually don't want to evolve over either your Blackwargreymon or your Gaiomon. So that's why I'm just playing this one. Now moving on to the Tamers, we're just playing 4. I'm playing a double hero. I did play Tai, the Security Attack +1 Tamer, for the longest time, but I just think you know, keeping your guy in place a little bit more important, and this also makes it so that again, your Digimon can get really big, so it can beat over the cards I mentioned previously. You know, if you swing with like 17k Gaiomon, that's basically like your Digimon is jamming, right? I mean, there's no Digimon in the game that is gonna kill it in security. Yeah, and then I'm also playing Cool Boy. So basically, it's a little bit of a toss-up, like if you want to play Cool Boy or Nokia. I think both are really good, definitely. Just Cool Boy is another consistency card, helps you dig for your pieces. And I also really like that, aside from basically giving you an additional memory to play with in your turn, which is the same as Nokia, even though the requirement is definitely a little bit harder to meet. Like Nokia, you can potentially just do every turn, and sometimes you're not going to be able to evolve into the same level. I just think it's so nice that you not only gain a memory, but draw one card as well. And again, no mulligan, it's just another consistency card to dig for the cards you need. Honestly, I'd like to play more of like the Cool Boy, or potentially even add Nokia, but you don't really want to be playing too much Tamers, because you don't want to be losing to Def Xmon that hard, and Def Xmon can definitely be very good against this deck. So yeah, but I'm pretty happy with the Tamer lineup. And then for options, basically instead of the Nokia or Cool Boy, I'm just maxing out on Red Memory Boost. Again, if you have no mulligan, you just really want this card, and just having access to more memory is good, right? Because all your evolves are very expensive. So you know, if you have hero up and this, having 5 memory to kind of start building is very, very good. And you have a lot of cards that get rid of memory blockers, so I definitely think this is correct. Not much to say about that, right? If you are playing like a stack deck and you want to build up a specific thing, these memory boosts that just add are very, very good. And then the last card I'm playing is the last addition to the deck as well I made, which is double Congo. This card's just amazing. To be honest, like decks that can try to rush you down can be very good against this deck, because sometimes you're a little bit slow to set up because you need a lot of pieces to build like a good stack. And this just amazing, obviously. Like they can have all the little beaters they want, if you just Congo them, they can't do anything with it. And then if you after that manage to build up to your Blackwargreymon, just delete the entire field, that's pretty good. It's also just very good in the Mastemon matchup, and I guess against security controls also. It's also really good. So this card is just super multi-purpose. I tested out at this local. It was the first time I played it. It definitely overperformed. It was amazing. For now, I'm definitely gonna be keeping this in the deck. Definitely won me like entire matches. And because you've drawn so many cards, you know, the odds of seeing this card is pretty big. I had like multiple games where I just For example, I saw both of them with review effects from the Agumons and just, you know, put them under the deck, but then because you cycle so much, eventually you end up drawing into them anyway. So yeah, Congo, amazing in this deck. And yeah, that's the deck list. So yeah guys, that was the deck list. Be sure to let me know what you think about it. What do you think about certain cards? What do you think about Congo in this deck? Are there any other options you would want to play, or maybe like other Greymons, Metal Greymons, Agumon, who knows? And yeah, if you like it, be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you do like Digimon content, profiles, stuff like that, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.